Why do people view INFJs as a threat, even when they mean no harm? INFJs are often misunderstood. While they are empathetic, insightful, and deeply caring, they somehow unsettle people without intending to. But why does this happen? Why do people feel threatened by INFJs even when INFJs mean no harm? If you've ever felt like your mere presence makes people uneasy, despite your good intentions, this video is for you. Let's dive into the deep psychological and emotional factors behind this phenomenon. 1. INFJs see through people too easily. One of the most unsettling things about INFJs is their ability to see through facades. While most people navigate social interactions based on surface-level information, INFJs unconsciously pick up on deeper emotions, intentions, and inconsistencies. Have you ever looked at someone and instinctively known they were lying, even when everyone else believed them? Your ability to sense hidden motives can make people uncomfortable, especially those who prefer to keep their true selves hidden. Imagine being in a workplace where a colleague is pretending to be supportive, but you can feel their resentment bubbling underneath. When you subtly address their underlying feelings, they might react defensively, as if you're exposing them. To avoid unnecessary conflict, INFJs should be selective about when and how they reveal their insights. Sometimes, it's best to let people come to their own realizations rather than confronting them directly. 2. The intensity of the INFJs can be overwhelming. INFJs have a deep emotional depth that can be too much for people who are not used to it. They don't do small talk, they want real, meaningful conversations, which can feel intimidating. In social settings, INFJs might ask profound questions like, "What's your biggest fear?" while others are talking about weekend plans. This can make people feel vulnerable too quickly. Think of a party where everyone is laughing and chatting casually. An INFJ starts discussing existential topics, and suddenly, the mood shifts. People might feel exposed or uncomfortable because they weren't prepared for that level of depth. Gauge the emotional readiness of others before diving into deep topics. Some people need to build trust before engaging in intense discussions. 3. INFJs trigger people's insecurities. Because INFJs are introspective and self-aware, they often make others confront parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. If an INFJ discusses personal growth, someone who avoids self-reflection might feel judged, even when no judgment was intended. You're talking about the importance of emotional honesty, and a friend suddenly becomes defensive, accusing you of being too intense or overanalyzing. In reality, they might feel exposed because they haven't confronted their own emotions. Be mindful that not everyone is ready for deep self-reflection. Offer insights only when they are genuinely sought out. 4. INFJs are hard to manipulate. Manipulative individuals thrive on controlling others, but INFJs are difficult to deceive. Their strong intuition and analytical minds make them resistant to psychological games. A toxic friend might try to guilt trip an INFJ, but instead of falling for it, the INFJ calmly points out the manipulation. This infuriates the manipulator. Have you ever been in a relationship where someone tried to gaslight you, but you saw right through it? Your refusal to be controlled might have led to them seeing you as a threat. Recognize that manipulators will try to paint you as the bad guy. Stay firm in your truth but avoid unnecessary power struggles. 5. INFJs have strong moral convictions. INFJs have a deep sense of right and wrong and will stand by their principles, even when it makes them unpopular. When others choose to ignore injustice, INFJs speak up, which can make them seem difficult or too serious. Imagine an INFJ witnessing workplace discrimination and calling it out, only to be ostracized for disrupting the peace. Pick your battles wisely and recognize that not everyone is ready to challenge the status quo. 6. INFJs can't be easily controlled. Because INFJs think for themselves and refuse to conform, they frustrate those who thrive on dominance. An INFJ in a strict corporate environment might refuse to blindly follow unreasonable orders, irritating their superiors. Picture a group of people blindly agreeing with a leader's decision, except the INFJ who raises a valid counterpoint. The leader might see them as insubordinate rather than insightful. Learn when to push back and when to let go. Not every battle is worth fighting. 7. INFJs can be difficult to read. Because INFJs are private and complex, others struggle to understand them, which can be intimidating. A new coworker tries to figure out an INFJ's personality but finds them mysterious and hard to pin down. Ever had someone ask, "Why are you so quiet?" Because they don't know how to interpret your introspection? If trust is established, share a bit more about yourself to ease tensions. 8. INFJs are deeply passionate. Their passion can be too intense for people who prefer a more detached approach to life. An INFJ excitedly shares their dream project, only for others to feel overwhelmed by their enthusiasm. Have you ever talked about something that meant the world to you, only to be met with blank stares? Read the room. Share passion with those who appreciate depth. 9. INFJs are extremely independent thinkers. INFJs don't blindly follow societal norms. They question authority, traditions, and established beliefs, which can make conventional thinkers uneasy. In a corporate setting, an INFJ might challenge unethical practices while everyone else follows orders. This can make them seem like a disruptive force. Picture an INFJ in a family gathering where outdated gender roles are being discussed. When they challenge these ideas, they are met with resistance and hostility. Instead of confronting people aggressively, INFJs can introduce new perspectives in a way that invites open dialogue rather than defensiveness. 10. INFJs value authenticity. INFJs prioritize truth over social approval, which can alienate those who value fitting in. An INFJ refuses to engage in gossip, making them seem too serious. Picture being in a group where everyone pretends to like each other. So, why do people see INFJs as a threat, even when INFJs mean no harm? It boils down to their unique combination of insight, depth, independence, and authenticity. But being a threat isn't necessarily a bad thing. It means you challenge the status quo, inspire growth, and see the world in ways others can't. Instead of trying to make yourself smaller, embrace your power while being mindful of how to navigate social dynamics effectively. If you've ever felt like your INFJ nature makes others uncomfortable, share your experiences in the comments below. How do you handle it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the INFJ world. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.